All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Moore. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we're going to go over some very, very good practices that the top agents in the industry do daily in order to build their business. So this will be a great refresher for some. I think I'd like to do this style webinar at least once a year. So this will be a good motivator for most of us. So before we get into today's presentation, I'm going to bring Bill Seitz, our corporate broker, on the line. Bill, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Kevin, from a gloomy gray California morning.
Yeah, it's pretty gray and wet out there,
huh? Yeah, I don't know, rain here, but it's it's ready for the sun.
Totally. All right, and this morning it looks like we do have Debbie Ciccone. Is Debbie going to be joining us today?
She will, for sure, but just for a quick moment.
Perfect. Good morning, Debbie. How are you?
I'm great. How about you guys?
Fantastic. Probably a lot out in the desert than it is out on the coast.
Well, I'm actually in Huntington Beach right now because I went to a fantastic seminar yesterday. It was all day in Costa Mesa, and I'm pretty in check with my thoughts on law of attraction and manifestation, but I will tell you something. What a great uplifting day. And this is something that I'm going to talk about because, we're all, for me, I'm in this business. It has been my bread and butter my whole life. But for some of you, real estate may be a part-time thing and maybe, your bread and butter. And for those that are, relying on this business to be their bread and butter, sometimes, you can get a little scared of what's going on. Oh my God, the rates are high. This is making people, not want to do anything. I learned so much yesterday because obviously probably a lot of you know that what you are thinking and manifesting in your thoughts and in your brain is what you're going to exude, number one. And number two, this is what you're going to be manifesting that energy into your life. So you really have to start with what you're thinking. And one of the things that they talked about was how many people make their bed in the morning. And I'm sorry, my dog is barking in the background, but how many of you make your bed in the morning? I'll tell you what, I do. I happen to make my bed in the morning, but making your bed in the morning, it starts the whole energy of your day. Maybe even going to the gym. And if you don't currently go to the gym, get a membership to a gym. You don't have to work out to where you're knocking yourself out. But I have a realtor friend actually in Irvine. And she told me one time, she said, she was kind of laughing about it. She said, I've got to get off the couch and stop watching TV and do something. It's just so slow and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you watch TV in the day? And I'm thinking, and this business is her livelihood. She's a realtor. I remember when she used to go door to door, literally go door to door and ask people, do you want to buy or sell? And she would get business that way. And I reminded her of it. I go, what happened to the person that I knew that went door to door asking people, randomly, do you want to buy or sell? And she goes, oh yeah, and laughed. And she said, yeah, I have to start doing that again. Get off the couch, get off the chair, go.
God,
You don't have.
Yikes.
What?
I said, yikes. Get off
And,
no TV during the day. Holy crap.
I know, like what? I don't even, so, and so the seminar I was talking about, or I went to yesterday, they were talking about, just go to the gym, just get up, get out of the house, go to the gym. And even if, not to like work out and knock yourself out, you could do the treadmill, you could do something easy. How about you could talk to other people when you go to the gym? Because the whole purpose, the whole pretense of our business is we get business by talking to people. And you're not going to get business, staying at home. And I was just so uplifting because, this time with the war, the this, the that, everything going on, especially if you watch the news pretty avidly, could do a little something to your thoughts and bring you down a little bit. Change that around. I left there yesterday feeling so good. I feel good anyway. I mean, I'm a naturally positive person. I actually, when I was at that seminar yesterday, I got 4 calls for 4 loans. And I took the calls in the breaks in between, which was kind of hard because they really didn't give many breaks at all. And I pushed everything to today. But, maybe, book a vacation or something like that. I always get business when I book a dang vacation. But and this wasn't a vacation, but it was an all day away from my desk kind of thing. But I'll tell you, change what you're thinking. That's where it begins. Manifest what you want in your life. And have a wonderful day, you guys, and week.
I love that, Debbie. And it's almost like you've already read my notes for the webinar today because it's all about that.
Really?
So awesome. Yeah, I love it. So thanks for the intro there. You just set it up on like a little T-ball for me.
Oh, that's great. Well, you guys have a wonderful week and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Debbie. And then
Okay.
thanks, Debbie. Before we get into the bulk of the presentation, Bill and I yesterday were talking about a very, very cool platform that we've mentioned before. I think some of you are on it, and it is called Nextdoor. So Bill, do you have any insights about what we were talking about yesterday with respect to Nextdoor?
I just wanted to bring that up because I know that we had mentioned it in the past, and you probably have more specifics on the actual advertising on it, Kevin, but it's such a unique local outlet for people to market to a specific neighborhood, specific community. And I'm on it. I'm on it, registered at some point. And, so you get these updates and, whether there's something going on at the school or there's a crime in the neighborhood, or not that, you want to see those things happen in your neighborhood, but unfortunately they just happen. That's just part of what happens in a city or a community. But, sometimes there's, new businesses opening, but you get a lot of interaction with people in a community. And I think when we had done a training on that, Kevin, back maybe last year, or I thought it would just be worthwhile to revisit that, because that's a way to touch people in your community and advertise directly to people that are involved and interactive on that platform. And it's a great way to get in front of them.
For sure. So, when we talk about doing real estate marketing, it's always hyper local. And so the Nextdoor platform is hyper local. It's about your community. And some people get really engaged with the Nextdoor platform. They're on it all the time. My wife finds things about the neighborhood all the time with Nextdoor. So we do have the ability to do some fairly inexpensive advertising with Nextdoor. I don't know the specifics. I do know that it does vary from area to area, but it's absolutely worth looking into. I think it's no more than a few $100 a month, and you're going to be able to have your information displayed to all of those lovely people in your community that you'd love to buy and sell homes for. The other part of that is if you're doing farming, which a lot of you are doing, and it's very, very effective. If you're doing farming, you've got to be on the Nextdoor, platform for your farm. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. So, we always talk about omnipresent marketing, which is, showing up in multiple places. And Nextdoor is a very, very easy and effective place to have your information. And Bill, did I hear you right? Did you get a deal off of Nextdoor?
No, I didn't get a deal off of Nextdoor store, but I got a referral actually yesterday. It has nothing to do with Nextdoor, but
Right.
I don't think I think Nextdoor is not hyper saturated with real estate agents. I think there's other platforms and other mediums that are pretty saturated, and so it's always good to be somewhere where there's not a ton of your competition, so you can kind of stand out and get more value and get more traction. So it's just, this was the thought yesterday. We had that quick discussion, so we thought we'd bring it to everyone's attention. Might be an aha moment. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe that's something that interests some of you. We can certainly help. I know Kevin can help guide that a little bit further if that's something you're interested in.
For sure. Just if you're part of program 2 or 3, schedule an appointment with me. We'll get it done.
And then Kev, real quick, I just go through a couple of things before you get into your meat of your presentation here.
Sure.
Yesterday on the broker tip, quick summary of the buy down, kind of a buy down overview. We've kind of preached that ad nauseum over the last few months, but we're going to keep preaching it, just especially because we're in the environment that we're in. And I think it's always a good thing if you guys are having trouble with your listings or you're trying to get activity. In the agent remarks, not a bad thing, as long as you prepare your seller, say, hey, if we can get the right deal, the right terms, would you be willing to participate in a buy down for the potential buyer? And at the end of the day, both parties are happy. Who cares how you get there, right? As long as the seller feels like they're getting what they can walk away with, and the buyer's feeling like they're maybe getting an opportunity to have a better interest rate, well, you should think in those terms. And so if I'm taking a listing right now, I'll tell you what, I'm 110% putting that verbiage into the MLS printout in the agent remarks to make that as a possible additional lure enticement for an agent to call me and say, hey, what are you guys willing to do? Get the conversation started and help yourself get a deal.
For sure. And remember, you can preach this to your seller and say, hey, let's make sure that we pad in a proper amount to cover something like this, because it's going to be so attractive to a buyer, right?
Yep, 100%. So it's like we have to be thinking in those terms. Like, so you go on your listing presentation, you're getting your listing, prepare your seller for that. Say, hey, this is what's working in the industry right now. This is what's happening. Interest rates are high, but there's ways to circumvent that. There's ways to be creative. And so we kind of been preaching that rate buy down. Debbie went through a very nice presentation a couple of weeks ago about the permanent buy down versus the temporary buy down. So we'll continue to keep talking about it, because until the environment does change, this is something you have to have in your back pocket.
For sure. If you missed that one, you can go to our YouTube channel and look that one up. It was just, I think, 3 weeks ago. So you can always check out all of our replays on our YouTube channel. So please do. And that one, like as we said, that's a good one to just watch, 2-3 times, because you want to be sharp with that language when you're presenting that kind of thing to your buyers and sellers. So
yeah, and if you're not sure about it still, or it's a little vague for you, you just give me a buzz, send me a text, say, hey, you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes just to kind of review something with me, or can you help me out with that? That's not a big deal. Super easy for me to do that for you. And then lastly, Kevin, I just wanted to, I hope everyone enjoyed DJ Bibb last week. He went through the Altos reports, an incredible tool. I know I did a follow-up with him. He said a few of you had reached out to him. Please use him. He is an absolute pros pro for this business and for title. Cannot endorse him highly enough. And use that Altos report. Get signed up for that and use it in your marketing. Use it in your social media. great way to touch people and get information out. Very clean, interactive interface.
Yeah, he just sent me a little communication that I'll be putting out through our inter-office communications. And so everybody will be sure to have his have his contact information and all of his links. So I'll send that out this afternoon.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the characteristics and the disciplines that separate high producing agents from agents that maybe don't produce quite so much. So as Debbie was saying, she noted that a friend of hers was, sitting on the couch during the week and watching TV during the middle of the day. So that's obviously not characteristics of a high producing, top agent. For just a variety of reasons. But so let's just talk about daily habits and daily disciplines that you can do that over time they build up and they create business. So one of the massive things, and Bill and Debbie touched on it, is conversations with homeowners and even conversations with with possible buyers, right? So when we have these conversations, that's what leads us to an actual sale. So NAR did a study, and they said on average for a high producing agent, it takes 50 outbound conversations and 50 conversations that will lead to one deal. So if you are focusing on making sure that you're having 7 conversations every single day of the week, 5 days a week, maybe even 6, that's going to lead you towards your goal of making sure that you're having at least 50, which on average could get you a deal. And it might be 40 and it might be 70, but it's a numbers game. We know that. The more people that you're talking to, the more people you're engaged in, that's going to lead to referrals. That's going to lead to more conversations. That's going to lead to follow-up conversations. That's going to lead to other things that are going on that bring you business. So I want everybody to focus on that and put that in your action plan for your daily stuff. Not, I'm going to do it once a week, twice a week. I'm going to do it every single day, So 5 days a week, you're going to have 7, shoot for 7. And maybe it takes you 10, maybe it takes you 12, but you need to have those conversations. So what the heck do what's a reason for a conversation? Well, you might be checking in with a past client. You might be checking in with a buyer. You might be, calling an existing, listing and, giving updates on the marketing of their home. That's a great way to, get your name in front of others. Calling homeowners that are in your farm area, pick up the phone, walk the streets, produce valuable information, work with your title company, work with, DJ Bib, and find out who are the homeowners in your farm that are most likely to sell. He's got all that information. And you can walk your area and you can make phone calls in your area and you can go to those people and you can provide some valuable information that they maybe did not have access to. So these are the things that start conversations. These are the things that, create those opportunities for us. Calling expired listings. Hey, notice that your listing expired. I've got a great plan on, how to, bring buyers to you. And I have a huge network. Let's talk. That's a conversation. Just, and even if they say no, even if they, you still are having those conversations. You have to have a whole bunch of no's in order to get to a yes, right, Bill?
Hey, Kevin. Yeah, I got a really good, expired. I'm not going to call it a system or what have you. I don't know. I came across this at some point along the road here, but expires are actually can be very lucrative, and it's all about how you approach that. Not only the expired, but also I'm sorry, I'm not expired. We're talking about people that are for sale by owners.
Okay.
And for sale by owners, obviously want to cut out the real estate agent because they feel like, we're overpaid and we're not worth the service, blah, blah, blah. Right. and they think they can do it themselves. Well, we know that 90+% end up using a realtor because they don't know how to market the home properly. They don't know what they're doing, and they think it's easy, and it's not, right? But those people can be approached very easily, and I actually have done this before in the past, and it does work. And you can get these people's contacts. You just Google expired listings in a certain area, or not expired, for sale by owner. You can get their information and contact them. And the angle is this, and this will get conversations started. You'll have enough conversations. This is just one thing that you could do exclusively, and you will get deals. You say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, Mr. For sale by owner, would you mind? I know you're trying to sell this home, without using an agent. That's fine, great. Would you mind if I put a flyer together for you and put a flyer box out on your property, or put information out for your property? And if I find a buyer, would you be willing to pay me a commission? Well, I'll tell you what, I guarantee you 70+% would say, they'll say yes. One, because now you're helping them, right? Now you're actually putting a marketing flyer together, featuring the property, helping them market it. And now they're seeing you as an asset and not as a threat to them. But what will happen is you're going to build this relationship with them, because now you're helping them with the flyer, helping them with a marketing piece. When they decide to give up because it's not going to sell, we know that it's not going to sell. And the data shows that they're going to use you to list the property. So you go in as an asset, as a helper, and you come out with a listing.
Love it. Give something of value for free, establish that credibility, and boom, you're starting to work with the person.
And you're not asking for the listing until they ask you, and they end up asking you for the listing. And there's people in this business that have just killed it doing this. I mean, that can be just one thing that you're like, oh, how am I going to get conversation started? How am I going to contact people well, these people are actually selling their house. This is better than this is better than going to the gym. This is better than going to the local watering hole. These are people that actually want to sell an asset,
Yeah.
So you said expired, but I was actually thinking for sale by owner. But I'm glad that at least we could have a quick chat about that, because that is a huge opportunity, and there's tons of them out there.
But to your point, the expireds, you can take the exact same approach, right?
100%. You know what I mean?
That's slight tweaking, but it's pretty much the same. There's still people that are in the market to sell a home. That's your market. So really, really good idea especially if you don't have business. This is a great way to just, it's guerrilla marketing. It's absolutely, tooth and nail. You're just getting down in the dirt and getting this stuff done. There's no substitute for it, and the top agents in the country and in the world will tell you the exact same. They don't just sit around. They are constantly doing things like going to marketing events and networking events and charity events and in front of people and, volunteering. It's endless with the places that you could put yourself in where you can have these real estate conversations, and you need at least 50 to get to a deal. And so number 6, or the next one is have 6 conversations with prospective buyers every week, right? So the first one was have 7 conversations with prospective sellers. Let's have 6 conversations with prospective buyers every day, right? 5 days a week. And so these calls, you're going to be focusing on adding value in communicating details on properties, meaning, the criteria that recently come on the market or have had a price reduction. So, you're for these people, you're giving information about the market. You're bringing them new, homes that maybe they've seen on Zillow or wherever the heck, but you are the one bringing that property to their attention, right? And so this, in the same area, these could be people that are, active buyers in your database. They could be, online leads that you've bought and you're nurturing, or you could either also be talking to renters who might be considering buying. Again, DJ Bibb will be able to tell you which homes are being rented, which homes are owner occupied. And then also buyers that you meet while doing open houses. Open houses are very good ways to create conversations, especially if you don't have, business, you can help other agents and, possibly do open houses for them. And again, our ARG app is a great way to connect with other ARG agents. So if you haven't downloaded the app, do it. The link to download the app is always in our replays. So if you ever lost it, it's always there. The next is, have 5 conversations with past clients or people in your sphere of influence. This is a great one. I think I've given, my dad was not in real estate, but he was in insurance. And I shared an office with him for about a year. I was working on a different project. He was doing his thing. And I sat there and would listen to this guy dial and just have conversations with people in the sphere of influence, his buddies. Just be over there just shooting the shit, really, And so those conversations also lead to, those important real estate conversations. So having, at least 5 conversations every day with past clients and people in your sphere of influence, and you just throw out little nuggets of, oh, hey, did you see this? Oh, right now we're working on this great buy down program where, our sister company, Clearview Mortgage, is actually creating these great opportunities for people to buy down their mortgages. That's a conversation right there, right? And you're just providing value to somebody in your sphere of influence. This is probably my favorite one, is 4 handwritten notes sent out to agents in feeder markets. That also goes, handwritten notes I think are just spectacular. They show that you are taking time. It's not a digital deal. Everybody's so used to the digital stuff. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I get 300 to 400 emails every single day. I hate it. If I get a handwritten note, that's special. That's neat. I like it. I'm opening it up. I'm seeing it. So if you can get in the habit of sending out at least 4 handwritten notes, and again, this could be to past clients. This could be to a thank you to some of your ancillary service providers. Thank you, Debbie at Clearview Mortgage, for just being a rock star and creating this incredible program for my client. That could be the handwritten note. So the theory and the brain, power behind those handwritten notes is they are helping us stay top of mind, and stay top of mind in a very meaningful way, not just this digital, whatever. That takes time, and that's really, really a nice thing for us to do to our clients, to our people in our sphere of influence. It means a lot. So here is an example of, something that you could, send out. This is like, a card that you would just send to another agent in your market. Hey, my name's Kevin Lauren. I'm a realtor with Alta Realty Group in Newport Beach. I love paying referral fees to people moving from your city to mine. I'll gladly pay a 30% referral fee. So I get these, occasionally. I'm sure you guys do too, but they're good. And if it's a handwritten note, and you've got your card in there, and maybe it's a picture of you, those go a long way. And me as a person on the other side receiving that, I'm going to say, wow, that's pretty cool. That person took the time, and I may want to work with that person because I know that they're a go-getter. They're not just a slouch. So and I'll include these little examples, and they're just ways to get you thinking the right way. And maybe you guys can make tweaks to this, but it's nice to have a little starting point so you're not starting from scratch. The next one is, send 3 properties shown or previewed, including video walkthroughs. So if you go on a broker preview, or you have a fellow agent that's got an awesome listing, take a quick walkthrough with your iPhone. Take some short little clips of some of the highlights and show those or send those directly to people within your market. Say, hey, this just came up. even if that's not, the actual home that they want, it helps you stay top of mind. It helps you be the person that they think of when it's time to buy or sell properties. Same thing here, 2 video walkthroughs texted or emailed to prospects, right? So just directly to at least 2 prospects, and you're going to text them or email. Text is probably better, but you're going to let those people know that, you've got this great home that you just viewed and you're thinking of them. And then the last one is to create unsolicited CMAs, and video CMAs are great. You can use BombBomb, or there's a few things like that, even Zoom. And so you can just take a quick little overview of, a comparative market analysis on a home, show a couple of the adjacent homes, and you can do a really quick, down and dirty video CMA, send it to somebody in your sphere of influence, or send it to, somebody on your prospect list. And again, that is something that sets you apart from another agent who's just, maybe making a phone call, maybe, not even checking in once a month. You're staying top of mind. You're providing the value. You're the professional, right? So when you're doing these daily things, and again, every single one of these things you can do every day. You don't have to do all of them every day, but you better be doing something every day. Marketing has to be done. Outbound marketing has to be done every single week. If you one day you got so busy with, wrapped up in a sale or getting some stuff done, you still have to make up for that the following day. And so, don't let that slip through the cracks, and especially in the market that we're in, that just means that you have to double down, work harder, and make sure that you are the realtor that is top of mind when people think about buying and selling homes. So Bill, any quick takeaways from today's webinar discussing disciplines of successful agents?
Just that we've uncovered a ton of different angles on this stuff. I mean, my head spins every time because I'm a thinking person. I'm constantly thinking about things, and I would tackle a couple of these really quickly. You can just build good habits, and you can start making an effective movement in the direction of getting more listings, getting more transactions, fairly easy. And if you combine that with the mindset that Debbie was talking about of attracting the business and going out there and being grateful for the things in your life, things will start to happen for you. And that's just a fact. That's just the way the universe does work. And so we kind of focus on the positive things in our life, be grateful, and move in that direction. I think things will fall into place for you.
For sure. So agents, use this stuff. If you're going to do one of these things, do the handwritten notes. It works. It's 100% that it will work. It's a numbers game. You'll get business. So if you're going to pick one of these things, do the handwritten notes. And but really, take these things, use them in your business, use them to grow your business. Get out there, make it a great week, a productive week, and we look forward to seeing you all on the webinar next week. We will be having DJ Bibb revisit us, and he hasn't sent me his agenda yet, but I will make sure that get that out to everybody. And we're going to hear some more good tools from DJ Bibb next week. Thanks a lot, agents. Have a great week. Bye-bye.